Dr. Swaminathan, there's a group of people who are considered anti-vaxxers, who are against vaccination. And do you see that as a threat to this entire vaccination program, or what proportion of people need to actually get vaccinated to ensure that the world is not impacted?
Yes. So to your second part of the question about what percentage, currently, it depends on the infectiousness of the pathogen that we're talking about. And everybody now talks about herd immunity or population immunity. What that means is that once you achieve a certain level of antibodies in the population, let's say in this case, we think it's somewhere around 70, maybe even up to 80% of people need to have antibodies, then the virus finds it very difficult to jump from person to person. In the case of measles, that needs to be 95% because it's a very highly infectious virus. So let's say we're aiming for 70% minimum, in terms of immunity. The other thing we don't know is how long it will last. It appears now from studies that immunity is going to last, for at least 8 months. That's the follow-up we have. It could be longer. Some of the vaccine developers have said that their vaccine-induced immunity may last a couple of years. It's possible, but we need to follow up to see. So whether people are going to need boosters or not, that's something that we have to see. And again, the worrying thing is that these viruses know how to mutate and adapt themselves. And as they start facing vaccine pressure, we'll have to be very carefully monitoring what the virus is doing. And is it learning to escape from these antibodies? So that's why the investment in the second generation of vaccines, which are targeting different proteins, is also going to be important. And that's something that we are working on. In terms of anti-vaxxers, I think that there is, yes, a community. It varies in its size from country to country. The good thing is, I think that large parts of the developing world are still very positive about vaccines. It's in the very high-income countries that you see this anti-vax movement, actually, perhaps because they have not seen infectious diseases and they haven't seen children dying of measles and diphtheria, and certainly they haven't seen polio for a long time. So I believe that that causes this amount of hesitancy. In countries like India, I think that the issue is not so much hesitancy as wanting more information, as having questions that need to be answered. So again, I come back to the communication from trusted people, from community leaders, those that people really believe, when they say something. So the communication needs to be not only, at the global level or through mass media, but also needs to be tailored and specific and down, at the community level, where the leaders they believe in are actually telling them that this is safe. And again, it's setting an example also for the leaders themselves to take the vaccination to show that, they believe in it. So it's a complex issue, but I think the more one communicates, and it's not just providing information, but also being willing to answer questions and being open and transparent about things, especially when we know that when you vaccinate millions and millions of people, in this case, we're going to vaccinate, 5 billion people across the world, there will be some rare side effects that will come up when such huge numbers of vaccines are being rolled out. So again, I think it's good to prepare people to say, yes, there may be side effects, 1 in a million, or 1 in 10 million that we don't know about today, that we may see as we go along, but then we're going to take all the precautions and we're going to do the safety monitoring and follow up and make sure that people receive the safest products and the most efficacious products. So I think it's an ongoing thing. It's been there for other vaccines as well. I know for MMR, for example, there was a lot of problem in many communities. There are communities in India where there is vaccine resistance. Sometimes it's linked to their beliefs, not just in India, but we've seen communities across the world where it's linked with their beliefs. And so one needs to then have a very in-depth discussion with those community leaders to see how vaccines could be compatible with their own belief system. So it needs time and it needs investment from dedicated professionals to do this.